Hey everybody, it's Bill from Matt-Trakker.com and welcome to this episode of Behind the Mask. Before we get started, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow, keep making these videos. Give us a like, post some comments, do some interaction with us. There's a join button down there. If you want to help contribute monthly to the channel, funds go toward the website, toward giveaways and things like that. And giveaway for right now, it was announced in the last video, is a chance to win an actual playful Argentina figure. Now, a lot of people, there's a lot of things that Argentina playful, this line did. And they did a lot of weird stuff with their designs. But this one here, pictures on the screen too, so you can see it a little bit better. It was something they designed and then decided to paint over. And that happened more frequently than people know. And there's one individual out there, aside from the owner, that has seen these more than I have. So, you know who you are. If you're watching, so you have a chance to win this. Rules to win, be subscribed to the channel, comment on this video, the last video, or the one coming up. And it's not a thing where you don't have to comment on all three, but the more you comment, the better chances you have at winning, because I'm picking at random. So good luck. It'll ship anywhere in the world, even Antarctica if you live there. I'm thinking of moving there soon, just to get away from everything. So, but with that said, thanks for watching, and let's get to the video today. So I sent a couple of posts around asking for you, the individuals, to vote on your favorites out of each of the series 1, 2, 3, 4 of the toys. The caveats were that the vehicles were what you were voting on. The figures themselves with the vehicles didn't count. I know they're sets, but I kind of just wanted to segregate the vehicles, because I'm going to do one for the figures as well too, down the road here. So you had to pick from those. Boulder Hill wasn't an option because it's a play set, and I just kind of had to draw a line somewhere. And while there are really cool customs out there of Thunderball and Ramp Up, they don't count either. So sorry about that. So we're going to start with Series 4, because it's one that people knew the least, especially in the States. But we're going to start there, and I'm just going to go over the numbers here and see if your thoughts line up with what people voted with. And I will tell you that there were 175 votes in total. 2 didn't come in for some reason on the split seconds, but that's okay. I'm pretty comfortable with the smattering of votes we have here. So let's get Series 4 loaded up here on the screen, and we'll take a look. Okay, so I have it here on the screen for you to see. This is the pie chart of how everything was kind of laid out. And you can see that Stiletto actually won the count here. And I kind of found that to be weird, to be honest. I didn't know people actually like Stiletto. I voted for Skybolt in this realm here. And if we go over to the number itself of the votes, we can see that Stiletto had 58 votes, Laser Command at 25, Wolf Beast at 20. Did you guys watch my last review on Wolf Beast? No? You should probably do that. Maybe I'll let you revote. Detonator coming in with 18, Skybolt with 17, Fire Force with 15, Jackal with 10, Dynamo with 4, Vandal with 4, and Afterburner with 2. That's pretty bad. And Afterburner, I do think, is probably the weakest out of that line, but besides Wolf Beast. So I would definitely go back and watch that episode, and then just, on this video here, if you voted for Wolf Beast, give me a rationale behind that. I'm curious to see why that was the case, but watch the review first, though. Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't think Stiletto would be the number one out of that. I thought it actually would have been either Skybolt or like Laser Command Set. So thanks for surprising me on that. I always like learning new stuff and seeing just how the community is so diverse. It's really cool to see. So let's move on to series 3, and this is better known as the racing series or season if you're talking about the cartoon. The cartoon spanned 10 episodes, if you remember. And if you're looking for it, you can find them on YouTube. I think Tubi has them all now. But if you're looking for DVD sets for the cartoon itself, there are a couple that are actually done legally. There's Madman Entertainment that had all 75 episodes, and the Shout Factory released, but that only had 65, didn't have the racing season. So keep that in mind when you're looking to kind of recollect them. There's no official Blu-ray that I know of. And even if you find a Blu-ray set, there's only so much upscaling you can do from quality of a cell animation series from 1985. So just keep that in mind when you're looking. You might see that. Just know that you're not going to be seeing like Ultra 4K. So series 3, the racing series. Now, this one here is a tough one because there are a couple really, really cool vehicles in this set. Most notably Billboard Blast. That's always been my favorite overall, and hopefully yours too. So let's see how it breaks down here. Let's see, we have Manta taking the win on this here. So Manta overall with 27.4% of the voting. That's pretty interesting. I like that. The collector, Goliath. Some of the colors are very similar, so sorry about that. Goliath came in second with 18.3%. And see, we got Bulldog with 16.6. So let's look at the actual total themselves and then see what we got here. Now, for me, I voted for Goliath. It's one of my favorite vehicles out of the entire line. I would say that if Thunderhawk and Rhino didn't exist, that would probably be my favorite. And it's not me gearing toward Matt-Trakker things, even though that's the name of the website and the channel. It's Thunderhawk and Rhino were the two that I played with the most when I was younger. And when I started recollecting, I didn't really know about Goliath. And I knew about it in the cartoon, but I didn't know that there were toys for it. By that time, it was starting to phase out of my life, purchasing new ones. And yeah, it's when I was able to acquire it like 10 years ago, however long ago it was, actually it was more than 10, it's probably about 16 years ago. Whenever eBay kind of first started, it was around there. I don't remember how old I am anymore either. So just the fact of how it works, the mechanisms on it, the 2 vehicles for one, you get Matt-Trakker, you get Nevada. It's so cool. The firing mechanisms, you could still do some damage with that. And it was always one of my favorites there. So whatever you voted for in here, if you're watching this video, give your rationale. I'm going to ask for your rationale on each of the series, but as we go through it here, as you're listening, if you want to post your rationale, please do so. I'd love to hear it. I always love learning about, you said, new opinions, new perspectives, especially if you're new to the channel or somebody I haven't chatted with over time. I just want to know what you're thinking there. So we'll go down here real quick. Manta has 48 responses. Goliath has 32. Bulldog has 29. Wildcat has 16. Meteor has 11. Razorback has 11. Buzzard has 10. Iguana has 6. Billboard Blast has 5. Bullet has 5. And Pit Stop Catapult has 1. And so does the Collector. So, perspective-wise, I find that funny because I think at least the Collector and Pit Stop Catapult are at least fun to play with. And Brian, sorry, the bullet leveled so low there. I know it's one of your favorites. But yeah, Whoever voted for Billboard Blast, if you did that to kind of upset me, I'm not upset. I'm just, I feel bad for you. But no, I appreciate the feedback here. So you get, like I said, whatever you voted for, let me know your rationale behind it. I'd love to hear it. And with that, we're going to go to series 2. Okay, so here we are. We're at series 2 up on the screen. And this is what I thought would kind of lay out with Hurricane leading the pack here with 36% of the votes. We have Raven with 24.6 and Outlaw with 13.7. So that's a good breakdown overall. And the others are kind of mixed in there. But this series here, while series 3 had a lot of really cool ones, these ones here, in my opinion, were all well done. It's just you would have had some that you were going to gravitate more toward. Like, do you want all of these from this list? Maybe Volcano, because it weighs so damn much and you're paying $50 to ship it and you're paying $15 for the toy. But with that being said, it's still ambitious for a, something robotic like that in this set. So let's look at the actual breakdown. And again, however you voted, let me know why. Love to hear it. Okay, so Hurricane, which is how I voted, had 63 votes. Raven had 43. Outlaw had 24. Stinger had 17. Volcano had 10. Slingshot had 9. Vampire had 5. Firefly had 4. So there wasn't like a really hard low number. And it's good to see out of this line here. So now we have that one done. Now we're going to go to series 1, which is the one that most of us are most familiar with. So I don't know if it's going to be expected or unexpected. So, and the only thing I've looked at with these prior to looking at it here was just like the count of who voted, like how many votes. So I'm kind of just winging it and figuring it out here as I go along here. So I'm going to go to series 1 and see how we did. All right, with series 1 up on the screen, we have Rhino with 33.7% of the vote, followed by Thunderhawk with 19.4, and then Condor with 14.3, and then we have Switchblade at 11.4, and then Jackhammer with 10.9. I voted Thunderhawk, but my 1, 2, 3 are Thunderhawk, Rhino, and Goliath. So I'm not surprised. I mean, even though the picture I put in there was autographed by Doug Stones, you can't lose there. It's it's always good to look at that. But I know Rhino holds a special place in everybody's heart. Whether it was your first vehicle, which wasn't the case for a lot of people, it was mostly Condor or Piranha. When you got Rhino at that point, you had the first series. Maybe you weren't continuing on with it. Maybe you were right at the cusp of not playing with toys anymore, but you had that. It was something you saw in the cartoon that you loved. You saw it in person and just had so much fun with it. It turns into a little base. There's so many things you can do with Rhino that you can't do with the other vehicles. So it's no surprise to me that we want this way at 33.7. The only thing I'll ask is, again, why you want that way. For me, it was hard for me to vote that. Like I said, it was Thunderhawk or Rhino for me, but I want Thunderhawk. So, let me know in the comments how you want. And we're going to look at the actual breakdown of the numbers here out of 175. Let's see how many people voted for which item. So Rhino had 59, Thunderhawk had 34, Condor had 25, Switchblade had 20, Jackhammer had 19, Firecracker had 12, Gator had 3, and so did Piranha. Now, the Piranha number is a little odd to me, only because it was most people's first vehicle. But we're not asking for first, we're asking for favorite. We're not asking for fondest memory, we're asking for favorite. So there's a lot of different ways to phrase this question that we can go on into later episodes for, I ask everybody to give their input again, but I'm very happy with these results. I'm very happy for everybody taking the time to vote. And if you have something you would like to see, maybe an alternate version of this, if you have an idea, feel free to post that in the comments here. I'm always open to ideas as we go along. I know that there's an episode coming out from Boulder Hill Archive coming up soon, and I have another episode review coming up as well, so stay tuned for that. And again, if you have any questions about what you've seen here today, feel free to ask. If you have any questions about the giveaway, ask as well. And as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to help keep M.a.s.k alive. And this is Bill from Matt-Trakker.com, and I'll talk to you later. Spectrum's got such supervision.